Good evening, good morning, hello, and welcome. My name is KR Stolfus. You are on JSKIN's Media Solutions Broadcasting, or as I affectionately like to call it, JMS Broadcasting. And do we have a treat for you tonight? First of all, first things first, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Yes, sirree, Bob, there we go. Now we can do a proper broadcast. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. We are bringing you the league Racing for a Cause as they hit the long straights, tight corners, and high banks of Thompson Speedway. AJ Hamill, who we're watching going around the track right now. Well, now he's in the pits. Thank you very much, Mr. Hamill. Make me look silly. He is our fastest time in practice so far. T. Roy Radford in the 94 machine, currently not out on track. He is second. Ricky Harden's going to round out third, quickest in practice. These guys are going to be getting ready to go into qualifying as the countdown there on the upper left reaches 45 seconds to go in warm-up. And then it will be closed qualifying. All the cars will go out all at once. So we will have a good time bringing you that little bit of qualifying session. And then the show. We're going to do 100 laps here at Thompson Speedway in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS. The late models. I hope everyone's strapped in and ready for this. This is going to be a good time. I am excited about it, as I usually am with all the broadcasts I do. Number 77 here. Hey, that's my number. He better represent well, and he is. That's Andrew Hill. Andrew Hill is currently sitting fourth quickest. His fastest lap so far is a 19.462. Alright, it looks like things are getting cleared out, and everyone's going to hit the track for qualifying. Justin McDuff is out here tonight. So is his older brother, Wayne McDuff. We'll check in on Justin McDuff here. So get our qualifying graphic up in order. Only the top 20 are going to make the show tonight, and it looks like we have right at 20 cars. So if someone shows up late, I don't know what the ruling on that will be, but I'll tell you, top 20 are going to make it. And that's all I know. All right. Justin McDuff turns his first lap time. Wayne McDuff and Justin McDuff turn their lap times at the same time. Justin currently with quick time of a 19.407 as they're filing in, getting those laps in. Just gotta keep track of the scoring tower. Pick your driver and look for what comes across the screen. I will try and bring you cars as I see them on the track. Ryan Nolan, now with your new quick time of 19.382. Just under 3.5 minutes left to go in this qualifying session. So far, 17 cars have turned a lap time. We got 3 cars who have not. So everyone that's in here will make the show. Al Smith Jr. A little bit of wall contact there. Digging a little too deep. Gonna be shutting her down. And it looks like those are all the cars that are on track. I do have one up and rolling now. Justin Napier. A 56 machine. Thompson Speedway is very interesting and kind of a difficult track to learn if you've never been on it before. The bottom line is not where you want to be on this one. right above that freshly paved patch of asphalt is a great line to be. Maybe dipping your tires on that darker patch of concrete or asphalt, whatever it is. That's where you want to set your tires. Justin Napier currently 17th place with a 20.182. So 18 cars have taken a time. Getting down to almost a minute and a half left of qualifying. Currently have no cars out on track. Oh, sounds like another one. AJ Hamill is now rolling out. He was your quick time in practice. And let's see if he can set quick time here in qualifying. He's got a minute 15 to get it done. Al Smith sitting in second. Ryan Nolan sitting in first. AJ Hamill might have something to say about it here. Hamill's going to go into the fourth spot with a 19.408. Needs to pick it up just a little bit to get... And he's shutting it down. Guess that's going to do it. One lap, and he will be happy with fourth place as we're coming on to the final 20 seconds. T. Roy Radford. He is now taking to the track. Going to turn his qualifying time. Getting the final seconds in. Don't know if he's going to be able to make it. This one's going to be close. And no, unable to turn a time. Alright, so the caution will come out as these guys take to the grid. Ryan Nolan, Al Smith, and Justin McDuff will be your top three from qualifying. Alright, they are all gridding up while they're doing that. That is not gonna work. Go over some track info here. The length is 0.53 miles. There are 4 turns. We are sitting at 439.04 feet. Very important to be accurate. Look at the track temperature, 65.61. Accuracy is key. Accuracy is key. Yes, there, Bob. Alright, there we go. These guys are taking to the grid now. Once again, 100 laps here at Thompson Speedway. It's going to be an exciting 100 laps. Cautions will be on. Might have just enough cautions to mix it up. Could go flag to flag, or the pace car could be the one that leads the most laps. We won't know until the green flag falls, and then the checkered. Once the checkered's out, it is all said and done. That's all she wrote. Stick a fork in the fat lady, because it is over. Alrighty guys, they're rolling out now. '85 machine there of Peyton Johnson. Al Smith in the 91 sitting on the outside row there. 2 pace laps, and then all hell's gonna break loose. Alright, lights are out on that pace vehicle, pace car. I'm not a big Mustang fan. I like to call it the butt stain, because every time I sit in one, it leaves a stain on my pants. Because it's just, the car's just so crappy in my opinion. You just get the crap on you. Anyways, it'll be pulling in, so we don't got to worry about that. We got some Chevy Monte Carlo SS's out here on the track. Justin McDuff and the 20 gonna bring them down and around, and the green flag is out, and away we go, ladies and gentlemen. These guys only gonna get 1 pit stop for tires. They can only take tires once, so a little bit of strategy is gonna go into this race. Justin McDuff bringing them around, going to lead your first lap. Good start on him, good clean lines to run. Clears Al Smith. Now you can run the high line. Like I said, you want to just get your left side tires into that little bit of darker patch, and then just ride around that high side and get great bite coming down off the corner. Meanwhile, we got a knot of cars back here. We're on the 85 of Peyton Johnson, the 12 and the 77 of Brian Rogers and Andrew Hill are sitting here duking it out. 77 on the inside here. Now the 71 trying to get around. Chris League in the 71 machine on the outside of Andrew Hill. Andrew Hill might be trying to conserve some tires, but you stay down there, you're going to burn them up. And with only getting 1 pit stop, I'd be looking for, ideally, lap 50 being the halfway point. Anywhere after that, these guys would probably be taking a pit stop for tires, especially if a yellow comes out. Alright, the 77 Andrew Hill slots in there now, single file. Everyone's got it all single filed and laid out right now. A tale of 2 brothers, Justin McDuff in the 20, the younger brother of Wayne McDuff. Wayne McDuff sitting back in the 4 machine, currently riding around in 19th spot. And I'm not sure, but I thought I saw that 45 smoking of Douglas, you know what? Wysocki. Douglas Wysocki. Thought I saw some smoke, but must not have. Back up front we go. A 14 machine of AJ Hamill sitting in 3rd. He was quick time in practice, qualified 4th. Now he's running 3rd. Looking to have a good, clean race here. Got the leaders in sight. Now probably just sitting, biding his time, riding out, logging some laps. Down into 1 and 2. I haven't got to talk about Zach Coyer in the 81 machine. Zach so far having a good clean race. Currently 4th, and he started 5th, so picked up 1 spot. Fastest lap of a 19:5.79. Justin McDuff, in comparison, his fastest lap is a 19:5.24. We got 1 slow on the infield there. Justin Napier in the 56 machine looks to have suffered some front end damage. As we're talking about Justin, another one gets in the wall. Justin gets it back going again. Justin is being scored 1 lap down. Sticking to the high side to let the lead cars go by. Oh, so close. A 59 makes contact. Or 69, I'm sorry. 69 made contact with Chad Meadows there. Both cars appear to keep going. Meanwhile, back up front, our leader is still Justin McDuff. So far, led every lap of this race. Doing a great job at it. But you gotta wonder, is he saving tires? Is he burning them up to hold that position? Is somebody going to play it easy here in the opening stages? It's going to be interesting to see how this tire rule breaks out, where you only get one set of tires. When we're turning sub 20 second lap times still. The leader's last lap was a 19.910. His best is a 19.524. It's almost 0.4 of a drop off there. All right, 20 laps completed now, or we are on lap 20, 1/5 of the way through this one. The laps are clicking off very fast here tonight. Ricky Harden in the 118, currently in 5th spot, holding on to the last spot, under a lot of pressure from Sean Cool in the 24. Green, dark green, and more green DuPont 24 machine. As these two start wearing each other's bumpers out, Buzzy Lambert in the 70 is going to sit back and watch and might get a spot or two here if these guys start to roughen each other up. Dylan Blankenship in the 15. He's got a nice little spot here where he can ride around all by himself. Not under any pressure and not attacking anybody. Looking to just be chilling, logging all the laps he can before the race closes out. And then you got to get to work. But he doesn't want to lose a whole lot of ground. He's currently behind the leader by 3.8, almost 4 seconds now. His last lap is a 20.256. Our leader turned a 20.130, so Dylan needs to pick up the pace there a little bit, but he is doing a great job at riding around. Found him a nice little empty spot. Lap traffic now starting to play a part of our leading battle here. Justin McDuff now having to lose a little time because of lap traffic to Al Smith Jr. and AJ Hamill. 56 machine of Justin Napier pulling to the inside, letting these cars by. Now we got Rick Greenaway to deal with. He pulls to the inside and now back into clear track for Justin McDuff. Al Smith and AJ Hamill fighting it out here for second. Al has been in second the whole race so far. Justin McDuff, our leader for every lap so far as well. These top three are getting a little bit of a gap over Zach Coyer and Sean Cool. Zach Coyer sitting in fourth, Sean Cool in fifth. A little bit of tire smoke on corner entry there from Zach. Neat little paint scheme there from Zach Coyer. We got a good little faraway shot here. You can see beautiful surroundings of Thompson Motor Speedway. We are getting closer and closer to the midway point. So far, every lap has been green. I haven't got to talk a whole lot about it, but my buddy Wayne McDuff here, we mentioned him a little bit earlier, but he's sitting in 17th spot now. Last car on the lead lap. Sorry, currently 16th, started 15th. Wayne McDuff spends some time in the sprint cars as well. I'm a big fan of sprint cars myself. I've raced against Wayne. Raced against Al Smith Jr. as well. Al's a pretty good little sprint car driver. I don't mind feeding Al a little right rear every now and then. But the story so far has been Justin McDuff all up front. All the laps led have been his. And as we're on lap 38 of 112 more before halfway, all you got to do is just keep leading the laps, Justin, and the next thing you know, you're going to win. So you're doing a great job out there. Buzzy Lambert has managed to get him around Zach Coyer. Not really sure when that happened, but you know, we saw some tire smoke from Zach on corner entry. And I gotta believe that his tires are starting to give up on him. This car is going to start fading fast if we don't have a yellow. Pathfinder chassis and the 81 machine of Zach Coyer. We're going to follow around with him here, see if we can get a good shot of the tire smoke. Not so much that time. Maybe next time. Yes, there's a good bit of it coming from the left front. He's definitely abusing those tires. And that will cost him some time as he has fallen under attack now of Ricky Harden. Ricky in the 118 machine is putting all kinds of pressure on Zach. Zach's car has probably just gotten too tight for him, putting in a little way too much steering wheel input to get through the corner. Back up front, Wayne McDuff getting ready to go a lap down, pulls it down to the inside. But up in front of Justin McDuff is a knot of lap cars. Starting with Peyton Johnson. Justin Napier right there in the Oakley machine. Justin McDuff going to do his best to get around Justin Napier, pulling to the inside. The 85 of Peyton Johnson, the last car on the lead lap here, trying to hold it to the bottom, washing up a little bit, causing the 20 machine of Justin McDuff to catch his breath a little bit there. Al Smith now trying to work his way around Peyton. Had to check up on corner exit coming out of 2, and that's going to let Justin squeak away a little bit. We are on lap 49 of 100, almost to lap 50 now. Halfway is in sight. Justin now trying to work his way around the 69 of Greenaway. And the caution has come out. Not 100% sure what happened. Don't know who the caution is for. Didn't happen to see it. That is going to make for pit stops coming up. So the field is going to form up here. Wave around to Peyton Johnson. He's going to get his lap back. And I expect to see lots of cars come down pit lane here when the pits open. And so far we've only got one car coming in. And no, he faked me out. There we go. The 3 is the first one of Chad Meadows. He was sitting 8th. And now the cars are starting to file in. The 90 machine of Jeffrey Jeffrey Clifton, sorry. So pit stops are happening now. And as I said, only one set of tires for these guys. So we'll see if these tires are going to help these guys that came in the pit, kind of running in the back. Nobody up front pitted. Jeffrey Clifton gonna lose a lap while in the pits here. Might be able to pull around here, get back by. And he did. Clifton might have been the one that the yellow was for. He has got some extensive damage on that back bumper. Caught back up to the field. Clifton 1 again is pulling down to the inside here. It might be exiting the car. I'm calling it a night. Might be having some issues coming from that damage. Meanwhile, these guys are forming up, getting ready to go green. And oh, an intentional yellow maybe. Green flag is out. Clifton pulls it into the pits there before the caution came back out. So don't know what he was trying to do there. Don't know if he had equipment failure. Meanwhile, Justin McDuff back out front. Same tires, no pit stops. We didn't see our top 10 in the pits. So these guys are committed to running this thing the rest of the way if it goes green the rest of the way. Meanwhile, Zach Coyer, he also has some serious damage. I wish I would have known what happened. Would have liked to have been able to see it. But Zach was riding 5th, and now he's all the way back in 10th spot, last car, in the top 10. Because he's in 10th spot, KR. Great observation skills. I love it. But Justin McDuff, clean track in front of him, clean air. Using all of the track. Al trying to get a good run on him down below on corner exit. But Justin has that car hooked up and is driving it very nicely, very smooth. Not overdriving the car, letting her drift up. Using the throttle to turn it for corner exit. Gets a great run down the straightaway. We currently have 15 cars on track. Brian Rogers scored 15th, 3 laps down. Peyton Johnson is our final lead lap car in the 85 machine. He did get that wave around, so that puts 11 cars on the lead lap. Oh, as Peyton bounces it off the wall a little bit there. Meanwhile, back up front, AJ getting a run underneath Al. Not able to make it work down the straightaway. Tucks back in for corner 1s and 2. Trying to get another run on him. Not quite as good a run as last lap. And the yellow flag is out once again. Looks like maybe Brian Rogers. No, he was in the pits to start with. All right, so really kind of hard to catch these yellows. I only get one shot at getting the yellows, so if I don't see it and I take a guess and guess wrong, that's about it. That's all I got. Zach Coyer in the pits here. Got lots of damage to fix on that car. It's only going to have not even a minute really to get it worked on. Pace laps are around 30 seconds for the last one. The 97 machine and the 71 are pulling away, and Zach Coyer is still just sitting there. Race off pit road. They decide not to go side by side. Lights are still on the Ford butt stain. A few more cars coming around in the pits, trying to get that damage worked on. Alright, they are starting to double up now. Lights are out on the pace car. Getting ready to go green here. Justin McDuff gonna lead them around one more time. Getting a great start. Al Smith under a little bit of an attack from AJ, but AJ's gonna tuck in there as they go into 1 and 2. Meanwhile, we got one sideways. I want to say it was T-Roy, but looks like everyone got it straightened out. We caught just a clip of it there. Justin McDuff opening up a little. We got two spinning in the background. That time we saw it for sure here. 85 and the 97. Or 80. I don't know what number that is. 87. Sorry, Ryan Nolan and Peyton Johnson. I caught that one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get to bring you an accident here. Wow, 85 bouncing off the wall hard. Collects Ryan Nolan in the process. Now he's got to get that fender fixed. Alright, we are coming up on lap 75 and 100. The final 25 laps. We're getting ready to click off. We've had... Is this 3 cautions now? 2 cautions? I've lost count. I've lost count. Hey, Farmer. Yeah, they trust me alone. Looks like Wayne McDuff getting a wave around here. All right, 75 of 100 laps complete. The final stages are beginning. Our leaders have not taken tires. It's going to be interesting to see if somebody a little bit further in the back will make a charge towards the front because they have tires. We currently have 13 cars shown on the lead lap. Lights are still on the pace car. So we're going to go around at least this time and one more time. Buzzy Lambert sitting in 5th place in the 70 car. Having a nice quiet night, steady night. Been riding around the top 5 all night. Now they start to form up. Sean Cole in the 24s. Gonna be starting right behind Al Smith. Maybe Sean can give Al a good push and these guys will get a run on the outside of Justin McDuff, but Justin McDuff has led every lap so far tonight. Now he's looking to finish what he started. We are green flag racing once again. Front 3 get single file, now count it 4 are single file. Down the back stretch, they start to single file it up. Now everyone's going to have to fight, scrape, and claw to get an inch and make a move on anyone. The 87, Ryan Nolan, who went for a spin, currently sitting in 7th place. Doing all he can to get around T. Roy Radford. Laps are winding down now. Chris League in the 71. My buddy Wayne McDuff currently in 13th, the recipient of the wave around there. Last car on the lead lap. Rick Greenaway in the 14, or in the 69 machine sitting 14th, and the 85 there with a lockup into the corner. Gets it settled down and away they go. The 12 machine there really put Wayne McDuff into a bad spot. Ryan Rogers in the 12. Back up front, Justin McDuff. This has been his show, his night. And I tell you what, if he doesn't pull out the win on this, he's gonna probably be disappointed. He's led the most laps. In fact, he's led all the laps tonight. But man, oh man, is there a freight train of cars behind him. So if he makes one mistake, a lot of cars are gonna get around him. Tires are wearing out. Drivers are wearing out. The fuel tanks have gotten lighter, so the setup has changed on the car. The balance has changed. So who has done their homework? Who is going to be able to pull a lead over Justin McDuff here?
The yellow flag is out.
Once again, Peyton into trouble. This time it looks like in trouble with Wayne McDuff. Wayne and Peyton side by side down the front stretch. Possibly a little bit of net code there. Some close racing and just a little bit of contact sent them both around. So once again, we are under caution with lap 87 of 100. Rick Greenaway on the wave around there. Going to get a lap back. Final 12 laps of the race here. I'd like to see these drivers race it out. They'd like to see it be raced out. But nobody has anything for Justin McDuff tonight. A few challenges have been mounted, but nobody has been able to get around Justin. Next time by will be 10 to go. It is time to get up on the wheel. Forget saving tires. Forget give and take. It has got to be all about take. Get up on that wheel. Burn the tires down. The final 10 laps of this race. If you got anything left, now's the time to show it. Lights are out. Double file restart. Could be the last one of the night. Justin McDuff bringing them around for one more restart. Pace car is in, and here we go. Justin gets a great start. Great run down into one. Not a car's back behind him. T-Roy sitting in 5th spot, putting some pressure on Sean Cool. Sean Cool. Yeah. I'll say names right sometimes. Buzzy Lambert losing some spots here in the 70, getting trapped down on the bottom, losing the momentum from the high side. Slams it into that hole there. Tire smoke as he tries to fend off the 71 of Chris League. Like you. I don't know. Wayne McDuff with that yellow. Now he's sitting in 11th spot. 118 of Ricky Harden getting into the wall there. Got a little too high. Meanwhile, up front, Al is nipping on the heels of Justin McDuff, but he's got to be a little bit closer if he's going to try and make a run on him. Track is rubbered in. Fuel is burned off. The balance has really changed on the cars now. The tires are worn, they're hot. The drivers are worn, they're hot. Tempers are up. And we are in the final 5 laps on lap 96 of 100. Justin McDuff so far has had a perfect night. Top 6 all right there. The 77 of Andrew Hills had an up and down night, but now we see him sitting in 6th spot, challenging for a top 5 finish. It is crunch time, ladies and gentlemen, and Justin McDuff is not phased a bit. Lap after lap, hits his marks, keeps the car underneath him. 2 laps to go. Justin looking to bring this one home. Down the backstretch. Great entry into 3 and 4. Nice and steady through. And Sean Cool getting a little sideways there. Gonna lose the spot to the 77 of Andrew Hill. Put Andrew Hill in the top 5. Sean Cool is not quite done with it yet. Meanwhile, Justin McDuff gonna bring it around. And just as Justin McDuff wins it, Sean Cool and Andrew Hill can't settle their differences until the start-finish line. They gotta do it coming out of turn 4. These guys were fighting hard. Sean Cool definitely had some lockup going into turn 4, getting into Andrew Hill. Man, oh man, what a finish. What an absolute nail biter there. All right, so our top 3 finishers are Justin McDuff with the race win. And we're going to pull him up into the broadcast booth. Our second place finisher of Al Smith. We're working on getting him up here. And third place of A.J. Hamill. And we are going to start with our race winner, Mr. Justin McDuff. Are you there, sir?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, oh man, 100 laps credited to you as the leader. But the most important one, you managed to lead that one. Tell us a little bit about what you're going through right now.
I'll be honest, I wasn't too thrilled about having to start third, and then with the last week's winner having to go to the rear, I was fortunate enough to slide up to the front row there, and then I got a good jump on the start, and I don't know if it was a little competition there with the 91 or not, but I was able to get the lead, and then it was just logging laps trying to save tire.
Man, you definitely looked smooth out there. The setup looked like it was underneath you all night long. Never set a foot wrong. Were there any moments that you felt some pressure from Al Smith that was sitting in second behind you?
Yeah, I mean, because he's usually notoriously pretty good at saving his stuff for the later in the race, but I knew if I could just protect the low side that I'd be okay.
Well, congratulations on your race win. Man, it's got to feel good to lead all 100 laps here. I noticed you guys never took tires. Was that always the plan, or did you just not have any drop-off and never really felt a need for them?
Yeah, I was a little scared there. That first yellow, I think, was around lap 50, because it kind of split the race into 2 segments, and I was concerned that if I didn't come down there, I missed my opportunity, that if everyone came behind me and took tires, that I'd be a sitting duck, but luckily I picked the right strategy there, and it worked out for us.
Well, congratulations. Led all 100 laps, pulls it into victory lane. Your race winner, Justin McDuff. Do you have any sponsors, people you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Art's Barbershop up in Mooresville, Vermont, and Locks of Love. They're, I think a lot of people know what they do for the charity, for helping people with cancer and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Check them out. And I'd like to give a shout out to my cooperators, A.J. Hamill, Al Smith, Sean Cool, my brother Wayne McDuff.
All right, well, congratulations, and thank you for talking with us. We're going to send you on home, and we're going to focus in now on Al Smith. Mr. Smith, are you there?
Hey, how you doing, KR?
Man, oh man, second place, a battle at times. You had to fend off third, and then you had to attack for the lead. But second place is where you ran almost the entire race and where you finished. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, on the start there, I overdrove turn 1, and I got the 20, a little bit of an advantage off of turn 2, and I could have challenged a little bit harder, but I figured later on that running second with the yellows and the way Thompson is, it's a track that you want to be on the outside for restarts, and it just never. Justin did a good job on the restarts of Snooker and me, and just wasn't in the cards tonight. But we'll take a second place finish.
It definitely was a great race. The top three drivers never let each other get too far away. It looked like AJ put some pressure on you a couple times. Did you ever feel his pressure? Were you concerned about him?
I felt the pressure. AJ's a pretty crafty veteran nowadays here. A couple years ago when I met him, he was a little unsure, but he's definitely got a bunch of confidence now and definitely a contender every week. So I was trying to stay with the 20, but also trying to keep the 14 behind me. And I said, well, I'm going to make him go around me on the bottom because the outside's where I'm going to run. So he did a good job, and it was good racing. I think it was a pretty good race.
It looked great from up here. Are your arms a little tired? Because a couple times, it's hard to attack and defend all at the same time. Your arms have got to be tired. Your brain, mentally, you got to be worn out.
Yeah, I'm a little mentally exhausted after that one. I had one eye on the 20 and one eye on the mirror, trying to make sure that we were doing everything we could do to get a blue oval 1-2.
Well, you finished second, and there can't just be you. Anybody you want to thank that helped you get here?
First of all, I got to thank RFAC for letting us race, putting on a good show here tonight. And I was supposed to be in my white knuckle clothing car tonight, but apparently the crew got a little confused, and we're in the Allied Financial Partners Ford Fusion. And I could definitely send the shout out to my father-in-law, Jack Celeste, with Coach's Corner. And my charity is Driven to Save Lives there, so everybody kind of knows with Brian Clausen and that foundation what they do for everybody. So definitely got to send the shout out to them.
All right, well, congratulations on second place, and we're going to move on now to our third and final podium finisher, Mr. A.J. Hamill. How you doing, A.J.?
I'm doing great.
Congratulations on your third place finish. Looked like you had your hand full trying to get around to Al, but still nothing too shabby with finishing third.
Yeah, the way Thompson sets up, the guy in front of you's got to make a mistake if you're going to go around. I know that from experience. I've previously run 2 races here, qualified second, got the lead, and never looked back both times. So this was a different experience. But Al and I are good buddies, so there was no way I was going to get around him without him making a mistake. I wasn't going to put him in a bad spot.
We saw you try and get your nose down there a couple times coming out of turn 4, and it looked like you were a lot better than him for most of the race coming out of 4, but you just never could quite get the momentum. And you're going to tell me that you never had the thought that maybe if I just nudged him a little, I could do a bump and run on him?
Nudge? No, I definitely never thought about nudging him. I did think maybe he rubs the wall a little bit, lose some momentum, I can sneak by and then see what I could do with Justin. But mostly just checking out the mirror, making sure there was no pressure behind us. Really wanted this 1, 2, 3 in some order to come off tonight.
Well, you managed to do that. You got third, and a great race from where I was watching. I think you did a great job driving. Very conservative when trying to get around Al, and man, running that close to him and never bumping him. A great job on your part.
No thanks. Al and I have run so many laps together, I couldn't even count them. So just becomes your habit,
Well, is there anyone you'd like to thank, and any special causes that you have to talk about?
Oh, for sure. I haven't done this in a while. We got to thank you for jumping in here, and Laura Goins for stepping up and sponsoring this race, and Andy Lambert, admin of this division, puts up with all of us every week. And like Justin said, our unofficial non-teammates, Justin, Al, Sean, and sponsors, American Diabetes Association. Get out there and walk. Get your diabetes. Don't hit it down or keep it off. Keep it away. Arts Barbershop and SLC. And well, I guess that's it for tonight.
Well, all right, man. Well, once again, congratulations on your third place finish.
Thanks a lot.
All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for us here at JMS Broadcasting. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, everybody. I hope you had a great time. I think the racing was spectacular. Had a couple cautions thrown in there. Had some close racing and a spectacular finish between the 77 of Andrew Hill and the 24 of Sean Cool. Those guys got it settled across the start-finish line, but it was before that, coming out of turn 4, where they got wild and rowdy. So that's going to do it for me. I was your host tonight. My name is KR Stolfus. I thank you all for joining me here at JMS Broadcasting. And I look forward to seeing y'all the next time we do it next week. Man, y'all have fun. Keep it safe. Keep all 4 tires on the ground. Unless you're on a motorcycle. Then you only have 2. Yeah, shut up, KR. Thank you for joining me.